and passing the blame, passing the buck to someone else to basically say, oh, boo-hoo, woe is me. I live in a world where skinny people get to do all these things that I don't get to do. Honey, no one's like force feeding you donuts.
You have a certain privilege. So everyday tasks that a thinner person can take for granted. I can leave a plus size person like myself feel full of anxiety, burden and upset and feeling as though they don't belong and don't deserve a place in here.
So firstly, I would not describe this girl as plus size. I think that has become this term that people like to employ when it actually doesn't apply to them. She, at least in my opinion, is overweight.
With all the pictures and the interview, do you as the editor of Cosmo even infer that this may not be a good weight to be, that this actually might be morbid obesity? And in Britain right now, we have the worst incidence of obesity in Europe by miles. We are a fat and ever fattening country. And here are you as an editor of a very popular magazine telling women it's fine to be 300 pounds. I don't get it.
I genuinely hate how people employ the terms curvy and thick and plus size to girls who are genuinely overweight. If you just go and look at companies' websites and Instagram pages like Fashion Nova and other similar brands, they like to use girls who are genuinely overweight and then describe them as curvy. It drives me absolutely mad.
So Sydney, what caused you to make that video, and why do you think this sort of stuff, thin privilege, fat acceptance, like over-the-top body positivity, where do you think that comes from, and what made you want to make that video?
I watched the clip in question, the one that I used in that video, and I watched it as, someone who's been thankfully, reasonably thin my whole life. And I just was like, what planet do these people live on? I think that there are a lot of people out there who try to excuse their own lack of, personal responsibility or self-accountability and put that blame onto others, saying that, they have a privilege or they have this or they have that, when in reality it takes some looking inward to realize it's actually your own actions that have put you where you are, and passing the blame, passing the buck to someone else to basically say, oh, boo-hoo, woe is me. I live in a world where skinny people get to do all these things that I don't get to do. Honey, no one's like force feeding you donuts. You can eat healthy. You can go to the gym. You can lose weight. And with the exception of people who, are overweight due to health complications or, medications that they're taking, I have a lot of sympathy for those people because they often get lumped in with the obesity epidemic. But we're getting fatter. We're getting way fat. People are becoming lazier. We're very, we have these sedentary lifestyles. And it just annoys me that someone would throw shade at people who, basically, and I think theoretically, work out and take care of themselves. That really irritated me. And I do think that the fat acceptance movement has gotten insane over the last number of years. I don't know if you're aware, you probably are, because you probably live and breathe this sort of stuff like I do. But it's driving me crazy these days how people are saying that diets are fat phobic because, weight at any size should apply to everyone. Well, no, I'm sorry, it doesn't. Because if you're overeating or you're not taking care of yourself and then you end up with health complications down the line, particularly in Australia and Canada, I don't want to have to pay for your decisions. No. I don't want to have to pay for the heart bypass that you're going to have in a couple of years because you couldn't control yourself. And I know it sounds harsh. People always get on me about it, but yeah, it makes me mad.
Thank you for watching Andrew Says. If you want to see the full uncut version, go to rebelnewsplus.com and sign up today so you can see the entire episode where we talk about topics we can't show you on YouTube. They'll ban us.